Let's just quick open the chat tab. There we go. Alright. So, welcome to the Bedrock Flat series. This series was inspired by IBX Toy Cat's Bedrock Edition Flat World Survival. I wanted to take it a step further. Now, before I go any further, I am going to say that I'm going to be building sectioned off areas. And what I'm going to do is because of, what am I trying to say? My brain stopped working for a second. Hold on, I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Right, because of these sectioned off areas, they will be interconnected to an underground section, which I will be using creative to mine out, because the underground section will be, like I said, this world is only on Bedrock. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into creative, I'm going to place down, say, green glass, just to make things a little nicer to look at, and easier to place. And after I'm done with that, I am going to connect, like, for example, I'm going to make one section, build that, and then creative mode, just mine out like a cave system, and then just work my way from there. So it's not fully survival, but it's fully survival in turn. Maybe I won't do that. I'm not 100% certain. I'm still figuring out if I want to. I might save that for my personal Bedrock world and do something different on this one. I will be allowing commands on this world, namely for command blocks exclusively. Okay. So here we are. Now, this is a custom for those of you watching on YouTube, which I will be uploading this entire stream to. This is a custom texture pack with a few mod packs that I've created myself for use on Xbox. These work on Xbox. I have tested them on Xbox. Okay, most of them work on Xbox. Still having a few issues with the barrel crafting recipe, but I'm not gonna bust my ass over a single crafting recipe. If it were like all of the custom crafting recipes started bugging out, then I'd do something about it. But for now, I think we're just going to take it easy. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how the shit are you supposed to survive on a flat world made entirely of bedrock with no structures? And I will tell you how. You see this? Yep. Now, I added beetroot seeds to the bonus chest, as well as you can see a lot of other things. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to go a little north of the spawn point. Now, I do have headphones in because I watch YouTube while I do this, just because I use YouTube videos as kind of a white noise, so I don't want that to, like, interfere with the stream. And the white noise helps me, stay focused on what I'm doing. Because it's 12:30, I should say it's almost 1 a.m. here. This is going to be a bit of a short stream. I'm not sure how long we're going to go for, maybe an hour or two. But I'm going to be trying to do at least one of these a week. Maybe a little more. I don't really have much going on in my life right now, so it shouldn't be too hard to get a long-ass stream out of one of these. So what we want to do is we want to do this. Now, we have survival capabilities. Now you're probably wondering, okay, that's great and all, but, how do you plan on actually surviving here? Because, last I checked, dark oak saplings, which are these, require at least 4 blocks of dirt. Well, the answer, my friends, is quite simple. 1, 2, and 1. So I made it so that if you mix bamboo with any kind of sapling, you can get a mangrove popperghoul. This way, we can actually make progress on this world. So the first thing we want to do... God... I apologize for the loud-ass motorcyclists outside my window, but apparently the party hall or club hall or whatever the fuck it is doesn't have a fucking curfew. Okay, so here you're seeing another setting that I'm using. This is part of my custom texture pack. I have added a blood moon. Now, typically this is just a texture, right? This is just to scare people, essentially, for people who don't use it for the reason I do. I use the blood moon as something similar to what Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild use it for. Now, we're going to go into the settings. You're going to see we're on peaceful, and mob spawning is disabled. Well, now mob spawning is enabled because of the blood moon. The next blood moon puts us on easy. Next one hard, next one normal, next one hard, and so on and so forth until the difficulty spikes max out and it resets back to 0. I will be muting my mic until these fucking loud assholes get told off. Okay. go. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put these right in here.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, I need a haircut. Oof. Sorry about that. Or I should say going AFK for as long as I did. There were some noisy assholes outside. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Hmm. Oh, excuse me. Alright. So, by the way, yes, the mangrove planks in the back room's wallpaper. I'm not sorry. I will not apologize for referencing one of the greatest pieces of analog horror I've ever witnessed in my 30 years of life. I'm actually going to turn this down just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. By the way, if you hear, like, me beeping on and off in the back every so often, that's just me turning on and off my air conditioner because I cannot get comfortable with that bloody thing on or off. So if the room gets too cold, I just let it warm up again and then I turn it back on like 20 minutes later. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a temporary house as soon as we're done with the mob spawner. Believe it or not, this is not actually enjoyable, just this section of the game, because the mob spawner is always the biggest pain in the ass. However, there is a bigger pain in the ass we're going to have to deal with at some point. And I am not looking forward to that. Okay, let's get that in there. It's going to take us a little while to get the stuff we need, so this is going to be a bit boring for a while. hoping that this at least pans out the way I'm thinking it will, but I've got a few ideas for what I want to do for my base. Okay, after I'm mining this tree, I need to get something to drink, like something other than water, because my mouth is abnormally dry. Okay, there we go. So place that down there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 3. One last one. Alright. Here comes the pain in my ass part. Okay, dude, you gotta move. Alright, if you want to get stuck in here, hey, I'm not gonna judge. There we go. Come on, up, 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 up. So, I want to make this clear, is that this mob spawner is absolutely necessary to our survival. Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere. We're just going to be sitting here with, like, mangrove trees, and that's it. I mean, would it be nice to have other things? Yeah. Is it mandatory? No, but if we want to actually get to the nether in the end, then yeah, we kind of need to do this. However, there are things I have added into the game. I've added a bunch of new crafting recipes. I even added a few of my own custom-made mobs. We got the Stingray, which is just a retextured phantom. Basically, it's a retextured phantom with dolphin logic, so you can actually keep it as a pet. The problem is it still makes phantom noises, so if you don't want to hear that low hissing noise, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend keeping them around, but they are a great source for sand. So if you want a sand farm, all you gotta do is get some water, make a area where they can spawn. I did upgrade their spawn settings, I think. They can spawn in plains by default. However, they will only spawn in water in plains. They also spawn in oceans and rivers. The reason I said plains is because I've actually heard stories of like some apparently like either freshwater or brackish water stingrays actually being in like bodies of water that are in the middle of fucking nowhere, and by which I mean like lakes or ponds in the middle of just a gigantic landmass. I don't know how true these stories are, but it's Minecraft. I don't need it to be 100% realistic. Plus, considering this is a plains biome that we are in, it does help out a little bit. I do, however, wish we had a few more quality of life improvements with certain mob spawning. So, fun fact, on Legacy Console Edition, which was basically Minecraft before Bedrock pretty much tarnished the name, hold on, there we go. Zombies on hard mode could actually call in reinforcements if you were fighting them. And these reinforcements could spawn on any block, including Bedrock.
Huh?
Now, that's not really used as much these days, but it's still a neat feature. Ah, the freebie. Hello. Oh, wait. Okay. jungle saplings. What about Tears of the Kingdom hasn't been broken yet? take 3 cherry saplings. Alright. Huh? Uh-huh. Huh? Uh-huh. Hmm. Okay. Come on, oak. Yes! What the fuck? Why did it? Why did my lamp turn on? What? Don't know how that happened. Okay. There we go. Well, I need a way up there. Hopefully this works. Yoink. Alright. Well, after this... we'll make a temporary base. That way we don't get just absolutely bombarded by phantoms. anything good in here. There we go. Okay, almost done, almost done. We got one more full night cycle. Good. So let's get the basics built before call it a night. So we need a base and a water source. Easy enough. Two. There we go. And one. Two. Perfect. Now for the fun part. Okay, we have the mob spawner done. So now I'm going to need these two, and I am going to need you. There we go. And let's put the weapon away so that we can actually create our own axe to be used for other purposes. There we go. So the trick about these worlds is that it's completely beatable. Like I've specifically set the mods up on this world specifically so that it's beatable and that you can have a little fun with fishing on the side. So the next nightfall should be a blood moon, which means I'm surprised we haven't seen any more freebies, but something else I should probably take care of if I haven't already is this. Don't really need that right now. Whoops, wrong chest. Alright, so I'm gonna put it right back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And it'll be much easier to set this up than it was last time because now I have all of this. Okay, craftable nature. Let's see. Oh, shit. Okay, almost there. Alright. So now it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's see. Hello. Oh, hey, look, we got, that dark oak sapling we sacrificed to the RNG gods? Well, we got it back. Ooh. Two more. Okay, so I misjudged it. Two more, and we, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Okay. Well, we don't have to worry about monsters until we're done with the house, basically. That's good news for us. Hello. Hey, another light source. How kind and generous. Man, this is going better than most of my other worlds on this kind of survival. Can't really do anything without being able to get up there. Let's see. Go this way? Yeah. So So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna do the water thing tonight. I'll do that tomorrow. Um,
But for now, I'm just gonna wrap up the house. Because, believe me, once easy mode comes, we're gonna want a base. And because all these freebies are spawning in and giving me coal, I can actually light up my base to make it a safe zone. Now you're probably thinking, well, how the hell are you supposed to do anything without, like, wool or sheep or any of that? I have contingencies in place for everything. It took me about 3 years to, thinking of, to get all these, mods properly set up. I mean, I call them randomizers, but they're not really randomizers. It's just easier to call them randomizers than custom loot because, I mean, randomizer is technically correct on, you know, the technical terms, but, I mean, it doesn't randomize every time. Plus, what inspired me to even get making these mods in the first place was when the Java edition, like, every block is random, like, has random drops mod came out. And, I mean, yeah, you'd think it would be Pixelmon, but no, it was the randomizer for Minecraft that actually made me want to make my own mods. And so I started off with the simplest thing I could think of. A texture pack. The first texture pack did work for quite some time, but due to the size of some of the pictures in it, which overseeded 500 by 500, or whatever the maximum is for Bedrock Edition, the original texture pack no longer works. So, about a month ago, this came down the pipeline. No, that's not even remotely true. I've had this since I think I had this around the middle of, like, the end of March, early April. That's when I made this. So definitely not a month ago. But I've had this for a few months, and to be honest, I like this better than the old one because I did copy a few textures from the old one. For example, this dirt texture is from the original one. I just had to lower the resolution to make it, you know, not make Minecraft shit itself. Instead of Microsoft. No, Minecraft. There we go. Now, oof. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. By the way, these wood textures also from the original texture pack. This is not actually from. Actually, no. I think this is. I think this is all, like, all the hyper realistic textures are from the original texture pack, just downscaled. Yeah, all this. Oh, excuse me. A lot of this stuff was from the original texture pack, but I downscaled it. So that texture pack originally took up like 45 megabytes. This one only takes up like, I think it's like between 15 and 20, if that. Like, I mean, like, this is a fraction. Like, it has more textures than the original texture pack does. Keep in mind, it does. But because I kept the file sizes for the, or I guess the image sizes down to the bare minimum requirement, it does not actually eat up all the memory. Now, keep in mind, anyone can make mods like this. I have no coding experience. I just did this based off previous experiences, and I basically used a lot of copy-paste methods. I mean, it did take a lot of trial and error. I'm not even going to pretend it didn't. It did. But because game modding is something I'm very enthusiastic about, I like to see how far I can go without actually having to code. And the fact that I was able to mod Pokemon Emerald with regional variants, custom forms, even custom shiny sprites, without having to write a single line of code, makes me very happy. Hell, I even took it a step further, for those of you who are familiar with my work, and made an Alpha Sapphire hack with not only over 900 custom shiny forms, but over 50 custom songs. Now, I'm not very good at music editing, so not all of the songs loop perfectly, but they do loop. I made sure that they all looped. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, like, if you want to mod a video game, go for it. Learn what you need to learn to do it, because honestly, the payoff for yourself will be more than anything you can get. Plus, you might actually get people interested in it, and might actually kickstart a career into game design yourself. I have not done that because I want to keep gaming as a hobby and not as a job. I want to enjoy the games I play. And I've recognized that, you know, because I'm playing Minecraft digitally, Microsoft could just be like, haha, no, at any time. But honestly, I don't care anymore because I have so many backups of Minecraft on so many different forms that even if Microsoft revokes my official access, I can still play the game. Like, I'm not above emulating because, honestly, I believe emulating is the only true way to work around the digital-only future that companies are trying to pull now. Think about it. Companies want to pull the digital-only age so that they can pull games from us whenever they want, for whatever reason they want, and still keep our money, while we get nothing in return. See, I agree that digital only is not the future, but having digital backups is a very good thing. The problem is getting those backups. Now, a lot of people say it's illegal. Honestly, I think if it's done as a means to preserve the game and not to illegally distribute it, it should be perfectly legal. If it is a mean to preserve the game for yourself, and that's it, it should be fine. The problem is, you can't really monitor that stuff. So you can understand why companies like Nintendo like to go after modders very, very spontaneously. I've noticed that Nintendo only goes after the modders that actually look like they put a genuine amount of game development effort into their projects. For example, Pokemon Chaos Black, it's a ROM hack of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, but somebody ported it to a cartridge with its own custom cartridge and was selling it on Amazon. Like, what, maybe 10, 15 years ago? Nintendo never went after them. You never heard about Nintendo going after them. I downloaded a digital copy because, let's face it, the game was just too damn expensive. And I learned that it was kind of I don't know if it was actually unfinished or not, but I could never get past Mount Moon because you needed surf to get out, and I didn't know if there was like a button I had to press, or a trainer I had to fight, or an item I had to pick up, but I just couldn't progress. But I played games like Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I played a little bit of Pokemon Uranium. A little bit. I didn't really go more than like an hour in because it didn't interest me too much. But, like, here's the thing. Nintendo thinks because they have legal power to scare people into stopping these projects, means that it is going to kill the project entirely. It does not. Because even if the original developers don't continue development, there's nothing to stop them from distributing the current version and let a new set of developers take over. Because Nintendo only sent out a cease and desist to the current developers. And Pokemon Uranium supposedly wasn't quite finished when they got DMCA'd by Nintendo. And from what I remember, the only reason they got DMCA'd by Nintendo was because, like, Pokemon Uranium was going to release almost on the same day as Sun and Moon. And that's understandable why Nintendo would send them a cease and desist. It's like, it's like, no, you're not doing this, because you're going to take all of our players. To be fair, Sun and Moon, they had the right to fear that. Because Sun and Moon, in my opinion, were not good games. They were pretty mid. I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were far better because they offered a lot more, both gameplay-wise and post-game-wise, than Sun and Moon did originally. And I'm just going to say it, I still think Oras was the peak of the mainline 3D Pokemon games. Because it had over 700 Pokemon in it, it had Mega Evolutions, it had entirely new features, and it even added a post-game storyline. And you know what the only thing it gets shit for is? Blue-balling us with the Battle Frontier. Now, I will say this. I 100% agree with the fact that that's bullshit. They should have just bit the bullet, added Battle Frontier, and then worked on Sun and Moon. I absolutely believe they should have added the Battle Frontier to Oras. They 100% should have. And the fact that they didn't is a little insulting, but it doesn't ruin the game for me because there's still so much to do. Like, really, the only thing that was a missed opportunity besides Battle Frontier was the fact that we could place bushes in our secret bases, but not have each secret base act like, like the underground in BDSP, where it has unique Pokemon to that base type. I mean, imagine if you could make wild Pokemon spawn in your secret base. Now keep in mind, I do this in my Emerald packs. I've learned how to make wild Pokemon spawn in secret bases on my Emerald packs. And I'm going to be 100% honest, it makes it worth it to check out every secret base, especially in a randomizer if you're trying to go for, like, the full living decks, or if you're just shiny hunting trying to find an easy legendary. Like, it's incredible. It just, how much of a game changer such a simplistic feature is. And I'm just gonna say, I genuinely don't think that Game Freak can handle Pokemon anymore. Because what I've noticed from all the recent games, ever since they started working on the Switch, is a distinct amount of features that are just, or a distinct amount of games that are launching with less and less features. And even less stability. I still love Pokemon as a franchise, but I'm not going to support the newer games until Game Freak gets their heads on straight. I'm not going to pirate them, I'm not even going to play them, I'm not going to give them a sideways glance. I will watch people play them on Twitch, but I will not spend money or time playing them myself until I know whether they are worthy of my time. Or money. Like, let's say we got, like, a Let's Go Johto, right? But we got a new feature this time around, where you can actually enable Classic Mode, so you can actually battle wild Pokemon, so if you don't like the Pokemon Go mechanics, you don't have to use them. Like, that I would play. That I would spend money on. Because to me, that literally sounds like a better version of Gold and Silver. I mean, it's why I want a Let's Go Johto and a Let's Go Hoenn, because it honestly sounds like it could just revamp the original games. And I'm not even going to lie or pretend like I wouldn't buy those, because I absolutely would if they had the proper quality of life features, and if they kept the Mega Evolution fad going.
Now, I know we already have a version of Hoenn with Mega Evolution, but I'd like a version of the original Hoenn with Mega Evolution. Like, no hordes, no chain fishing, just basically a 3D Ruby and Sapphire with a few quality of life improvements. Because in reality, that's what Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was. It was literally just fire red. No, it was red and green with quality of life improvements. Very good quality of life improvements, I might add. But the problem was there wasn't an option to play Classic like you could with an actual Pokemon game, which is, I think, where the stigma for Let's Go comes from. Now, don't get me wrong, I love playing Let's Go Pikachu, like, especially randomized, like, it's just so much fun, but the problem comes in when you realize it could have been so much more. And then you go over to Sword and Shield, right? This is where we see the first major drop in quality. I'm talking like swan dived off the Empire State Building drop in quality. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still stable for the most part. But what came after? Oof. Like, BDSP, don't get me wrong, I like them. Why? Because it solved every problem I had with the original Diamond and Pearl. The slow movement speeds, the slow health bar drain, the absolute instability of just playing the base game. Like, it was clear that that Diamond and Pearl were not meant to run on a DS. Like, they tried to do too much for that time, and they didn't run well because of it. Platinum and Heart Gold Soul Silver also weren't much better in terms of optimization. However, that doesn't mean they weren't good or fun. It just means they were poorly optimized. For me, BDSP is the only way I could genuinely enjoy the original Gen 4 experience. Then, we got, arguably, the only 10 out of 10 Pokemon game on the Switch. Legends Arceus. Like, I'm not even going to pretend like this game isn't a masterpiece. The music, the settings, the story, even some of the regional variants actually look really, really, really good. And honestly, my only complaint is that we got Pokemon like Porygon through time distortion, but Pokemon like Kabuto and Ammonite were omitted because reasons? It's like, we're back in ancient times where these Pokemon were supposed to be alive, and there's not a single one here. And the thing is, one of the Bandit Trio is actually states she came to Hisui all the way from Kanto, and I'm thinking, okay, well that should automatically mean that we have fossil Pokemon, at least from Generation 1 here. Because we have fossil Pokemon from Generation 4 just casually roaming around. Not to mention, I like the plot twist that Team Galactic are actually the good guys in Legends Arceus, despite the Professor's ancestor being kind of a dingus. Like, I mean, dude is... Like, you have to understand, like, people from, like, ancient times were not intelligent by any means. I mean, people in modern times are not intelligent by any means. I mean, technologically, sure, maybe. But, like, actually intelligent? No, we're still on the level of cavemen. Oof. I still wish, you know, Pokemon would fix their shit, because I love 3D Pokemon games. I mean, I enjoy Let's Go and I enjoy Legends Arceus and I even enjoy BDSP. But Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, like, Scarlet and Violet in general are what made me swear off Game Freak made Pokemon games. Until either Masuda is out, or we get new management entirely across the board for both the Pokemon Company and Game Freak. Because what I've learned is that Game Freak is incapable of making a good Switch Pokemon game outside of that one rare instance where they tried something new. But when they try to do mainline games, it doesn't work. I mean, now don't get me wrong, if I heard that Game Freak was porting Pokemon XD and Coliseum to the Switch, yeah, that would get me to break that rule pretty damn fast, because those games are amazing. But if I heard, like, oh, well, we're getting 2 new mainline Pokemon games, nope, I'm immediately skipping them, because I have zero faith that Game Freak will do anything good with them. Like, how many years have players been asking for Megas to come back, and how many years has Game Freak ignored them? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't add new gimmicks alongside Megas. Like, we had Z moves and Mega Evolution, but, like, guys, come on. Like, just make Mega Evolutions a permanent gimmick. Like, Game Freak gets bogged down by so much bad PR, and they don't know why, and I find it tragic, because how oblivious do you have to be to realize that your company is smearing itself with bad release after bad release, and the fans are telling you exactly what they... Okay, now here's the thing. I shouldn't say the fans are telling them exactly what they want, because the fans said we wanted Gen 4 remakes. They got Gen 4 remakes. But the thing is, nobody really specified what they wanted out of a Gen 4 remake, just that they kept screeching, we want Gen 4 remakes. Well, that didn't pan out very well now, did it? Or to quote Jontron, that one didn't age quite so well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a lot of video games. Like, there are a lot of video games out there that I cannot express how much I love. What I don't love is when business suits and executives and higher-up management who have no idea what they're actually fucking doing start making the final calls in game design decisions. Because, like, let's look at Nintendo for a minute here. I have never seen a company so clueless as how to handle their own business than Nintendo. They make great games, but their business practices are so questionable that their business practices are so bad that negative is almost on the same level of power as the positives of their good game design. That is a disturbingly scary thought. It's basically what happens when you give someone who's an absolute control freak, power over something small and minute and just non-essential, right? And they just start power tripping. Like they own the fucking planet. Like, if Nintendo's business practices weren't so ass backwards, like, I mean, maybe they wouldn't be almost as hated as EA these days. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think Nintendo is quite that hated. But you have to understand, Nintendo has... They've been getting their asses put to the fire a lot lately, and for pretty justified reasons. I mean, let's not forget them shutting down a Smash tournament for cancer during a global pandemic because, oh, well, this person could be using a cheating device or an unofficial way to play the game. It's like, yeah, no shit. But you can't prove it in a court of law, even if they are doing it, and even if it is obvious. You can't prove it with 100% certainty. And even then, the organizers could just say, fine, we'll just cut out all of the sponsorships and we'll just put all the donations towards cancer research anyway. You can't stop us. Like, this is what Nintendo needs to realize, is that when it comes to charity events, they should absolutely have zero say in how these events are done. Like, ever since COVID spiked, ever since COVID started, companies have been started making some of the most ass-backwards decisions I've ever seen. Like, I mean, they were doing that back in 2015 and 2018, sure. But it wasn't the numbers that happened after COVID started. Like, sure, you'd have a few well-known companies making really dumb and bad business decisions. That shit didn't spike until COVID, when, like, every company started doing it. And it's like, what the fuck happened? Like, at first I chalked it up to paranoia of the bug, but after that, after it passed, basically, after the vaccines were distributed, it got worse. So, like, to anyone who says stupidity isn't a virus, I disagree. I semi-disagree. It's not necessarily a virus, but it's definitely a terminal illness.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. That's not good. Okay, I'm not gonna... Okay, so let's see. What time is it? 3:30. Holy shit. Alright, so I think we're almost done. Wow, he went in on that DLC. Okay, so I need... Let's see. Perfect. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looking good. Man, I need something to eat. I am fucking starving. There's a creeper on my roof. I don't much appreciate that. So, come on, big dumb stupid. Okay. Now we're not quite done yet. Whoa. Alright, let's see. I mean, that would probably look the best, but we don't have access to that. Okay, I know what I know what we're gonna do. Wait, what is the? Okay. Shit. Ooh. You know what? As much as I like to poke fun at murder miners for not having a lot of content, I will admit it does have some nice textures despite being a 360 indie title. Okay, after this, all we have to do is move our shit inside. Well, okay, that's not true. I'm actually gonna get the water thing set up tonight. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do this. Okay, so now Oh, that's right. I forgot. Cherry saplings mixed with a 5 record equals the relic record. Just because I wanted to give cherry saplings kind of a unique use. I didn't really expect it to do anything super valuable, though. I don't know if I'm going to do this again tomorrow. Not sure. I might be doing something a little different tomorrow. So, this, however, is going to be uploaded to YouTube. Okay. 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 Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. Okay. Right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move this. Okay. I need 3 more.
brilliant.
Okay, I am going to call it a night. I'm going to end the run or end the stream here. I need to get food. I need to relax. I need to unwind. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you next time.